Hey everybody, it's Tim from the Tim and Nancy YouTube channel, Crypto Night in Canada. As promised, here is finally the video with Tim the Guru Perry on how to set up the MetaMask and Matic and farming and yielding and pairing and all that stuff. Video. Sorry about the delay. Hey, at the end of this video, you should be able to have a better understanding of how to pair your tokens in order to farm them. But there really is some important information, so you may have to rewind and watch certain parts of it, because at the end of the day, all this is just an informational video about what to do. It still comes down to you and you monitoring it and you making the decisions. And without further ado, here is our friend, the guru, Tim Perry. All right, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to configure Matic on MetaMask in order to start farming, right?
Yeah, so just to everyone out there, you have to have this configured before you send any Matic or any address that's on the Matic chain to your MetaMask. You must do this first, or else you will lose your coins. So just letting you know that first. So Tim's going to bring up his screen, and we're going to show you how to do it. It's really easy. So there's a site that Tim's going to post below this video, and it's configuration Matic on MetaMask. So you'll go down, and basically there's what you're going to, so stop. Yeah, stay right there. Now go to your MetaMask. Go over to where it says Ethereum Mainnet.
Drop
Hit
down.
the arrow, yeah. And then go down to custom RPC. Click it. Okay, and you're just going to fill in all the information that was on that page. I don't know if you can just copy and paste it or what.
So what I'll do is network name. Ooh.
Okay, so it's not letting you.
Hang on. No, it's not. Okay, so
you just got to type it in. It's not a whole lot.
Matic Mainnet. So, oh, good.
You could just copy and you could probably copy and paste right up top there. See how it says right above the, yeah, right. Oh, no, go below. See that paragraph? Yep.
Oh, Matic Mainnet. Oh, duh. Here we go. Right down there, correct?
Yep. Just keep following it exactly as it is. It's that easy.
And then chain ID. Wait a minute. This new RPC field 137. Did that ask for me? No, it didn't. Didn't ask me for the field.
Sorry?
See how it says new RPC URL field 137? Didn't ask me for that.
Yeah, it's just the chain ID.
So yeah, the chain ID is Matic?
No, the chain ID is 137.
Okay.
The currency symbol is Matic. Yeah, you're still doing it. So 137 and then currency symbol Matic.
So it's this.
Yeah, you can also type it in. It doesn't.
And block user is this one here, Explorer Matic Network, right?
Yep.
Look good?
There. Yeah, save. And then bam, you've got it. So now go back up. So this is an add network.
Yep.
Okay, so go back up to that arrow. Drop it. So now, as you see, you can interact with different things. We had gotten you about a couple months ago the Binance chain. So obviously you can go down to, I believe it's Smart Chain down there. And then if you want to, watch your Ethereum side, you can go back up to Ethereum Mainnet. Okay. And then click on it. Yeah, sorry, X, get out of this, settings, yeah. Okay, so now you can see your ETH, but you won't see your Matic side. So always know, like, some people freak out, like, where's my money? Well, okay, go, you know, if you're on, yeah, go back up to the drop arrow. And then Matic Mainnet, yeah. And as you can see, because you just opened it, like you just started it, you have no Matic right now. So obviously you would do the same as your Ethereum side, add token, etc. We will post, just so you know, so every contract, say for Aave, as an example, Aave's contract, address contract on the Ethereum side is different than the Matic side. So Matic has its own Explorer, as it's called, that you would use to copy and paste to add the token contract address, which we will post underneath this video as well.
Okay.
And that is it. So we will move now. I will take over the reins here and show you my side of things on how to farm and do all stuff like that.
All right. So here we are. Okay. So hang on, pause. All right. So now that I have set up the Matic on my MetaMask, I have now switched it over to Tim, and he is going to take it from here. So there you go. We can now see your screens.
Okay. So guys, so I'm on AscendX right now. So I've been getting a lot of questions, obviously, on the Facebook page and stuff. How do we send our Matic to the MetaMask once it's configured with the MetaMask? You cannot do that from Binance or any other central exchange. The only exchange you can use as the median between the Matic network and MetaMask is AscendX. You can obviously do what's called bridging, which is sending from your ETH side of your MetaMask to your Matic side of your MetaMask, but I do not recommend that. Fees wise, it's still pricier. It can take hours. And I just think from a newbie point of view, it's best to use the central exchange to go in and out. So with that in mind, if you are on any other exchange, such as Binance, we will use as an example, as a couple of gentlemen asked on the Facebook, you would most likely sell your Matic for Tether USDT on whatever exchange you're on, and then you would send the USDT or Tether to AscendX via the Tron X chain, because it's only $1 to send, and it would be roughly $50 to send your Matic if you did not exchange. So just to highlight, if you're watching my arrow here, you'll see that if I was to send my Matic through AscendX to, say, let's say Binance, for example, it would cost me 24 Matic, and Matic's about $1.60 right now. However, look, if I go to the Matic network and I was to send through the Matic network and highlight that, it's 2 Matic. So you see? And because no other exchange right now, central exchange, is configured with the Matic network, your only option is to send via the Ethereum net chain, and that's too expensive. So it's better to sell into Tether and come back over to AscendX and then rebuy your Matic on that side.
You said Tron.
Yes, you're going to use the Tron X to send your Tether, your USDT. Okay.
So that's coming from
whatever exchange you are on. So a lot of people have been asking. So far, we've had a lot of Crypto Night in Canada Facebook people asking to send their Matic from Binance to AscendX. You can do that, but it's going to cost you about $40-50. So the best is to sell it for USDT on Binance, send it through the Tron X, your USDT, to AscendX, and then you would trade it for Matic on AscendX. From now on, if you're dealing with Matic and all the Matic stuff, stick to AscendX, guys. Also, Root is on here, and you can also send your Root from AscendX to your MetaMask. Okay, so now that we've gone to that, say you bought your Matic, you have your Matic on AscendX. You make sure every time, guys, double check, take your time, highlight that it's on the Matic network, not on the Ethereum. I don't even know what FIO is, to be honest. So always make sure that that is highlighted. You would then copy and paste your MetaMask address. So this is my MetaMask. I would show I would highlight my address, put it in here. ask how much I want withdrawn. It would be 2 Matic. I would confirm it. You will then get to witness the speed of the Matic network as I just sent more Matic from my AscendX, and it was there in about 2 minutes tops. So as you can see, I have Matic and Root in my MetaMask now that is configured to my Matic. So a lot of you have been asking how to farm. This would apply to any decentralized exchange, but the two top ones are DFYN and QuickSwap. So we'll just go to DFYN. It acts exactly the same as Uniswap for swapping. So I'll even do a swap because I'm going to need to add, I'm going to create today a Root DFYN LP, and then I'm going to farm it because you can only farm LPs. So this is the very start of my DFYN exchange. So I've started adding, this is my new MetaMask that I've added. So as you can see, I've already logged on. You can see that I have X amount of, it knows how much Matic I have, all this. So I am going to swap. So you do the top. I don't know, there we go. I'm going to swap some Matic for some DFYN. I want about, trying to think. I want, let's go with 1,000. I don't even know the price of
what?
DFYN right now. I think it's about 350. So 350, and I want about $1,500 worth. So, okay, let's go 1,000.
DFYN is 335 right now, according to CoinGecko.
So I want one. It's easier to do it than Matic because I know Matic's about $1.60. So I want 1,500 worth roughly. So 1,000. So there we go. So I will just make sure it's just like Uniswap, guys. So I'm going to make sure that my slippage is decent. The best part is if you get denied and your slippage too low or something like this on this chain, it's only costing you about 3 cents to do the swap. So really, if you fail, you only lost 3 cents as opposed to a lot more money when you were on the east side. So we'll see also how much faster it is to not wait. So we'll confirm the swap. The gas is 3 cents. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then it usually takes tops 2 minutes. So as we're doing that, obviously up top left, you can see it says swap, pool, vault, charts, farms. It's all laid out for you guys. So once this accepts, I will then have Root and DFYN in my MetaMask. So we're still waiting, as you can see. This is actually, it's funny because it's taking longer than it normally does. Always for entertainment purposes.
Yep.
So I can't think of anything else that I want to highlight other than just do not always double check everything, guys. Take your time, make sure that everything is properly on the Matic network, you know, that is highlighted. Addresses are on the Matic Explorer, not the ETH Explorer. So always make sure you got the right contract addresses. I probably should have shown you that, but as you can see, I've added, like, I've got Union, and Union, there's a different contract address, like I said, for both.
And you get those ones you got there, the contract addresses for when you're under your Matic MetaMask, or your Matic net. Is it Matic net? No.
Matic network, Matic chain, you could call it.
Where do you get the contracts? Because mostly you were training us at the beginning that we could get the contracts off of CoinGecko.
Right, but CoinGecko is basically geared to the ETH contracts.
Gotcha.
So unless they're adding more contracts, it's been a while since I've even looked at CoinGecko too. So maybe they've integrated it. That would be, but just to be safe, you can go straight to the Matic Explorer. This is insane. It's actually taking, so just so you know, guys, you can obviously, let's check out the because, confirmed, we're good. The the Matic Explorer was down when Tim and I tried to look at it earlier, and that's probably why we had a little slower. But as you can see, we now have 456 DFYN. I have bots, obviously, and I have about 200 root. So how you make an LP. So you go to pool, and you go to add liquidity, and then you're going to pair up your root, because we want a root and the DFYN pool. So you have to create an LP that deals with both of those. Okay, so here we go. So every LP is 50-50, means you have to do, if I want to do $1,000 worth of root, I have to do $1,000 worth of DFYN. So I'm not quite sure which I own more in, US dollar wise. So let's find out. So, okay, so I have just a little more DFYN. So it was better that I do the max of my root than my DFYN, because I still have about 13 left. So I didn't do bad mentally for my math. Okay, so that equals the exact 50-50 of each US dollar value of root and DFYN. You will then hit supply. Now, this is the great part about the Matic network as opposed to ETH. If I was about to, so watch this, as I hit confirm, this would cost you another $10, $11 on the ETH network. It's basically 3 cents again to do this. And then it's going to, once again, I don't know if we're just slow, we're gonna have to wait here, but this is obviously searching it on the Explorer again to confirm me creating an LP token in DFYN and root. And it will usually confirm it. Just to let you guys know as well, there is glitches. Okay, so there we go. We're already confirmed. There are glitches. So usually on the east side, when you created an LP, you would see your LP token already. I've noticed on the Matic side, I can't see it on, as you can see, I'm in my MetaMask and I cannot see my LP token, but it just confirmed that it was created. Mm-hmm. Luckily, DFYN will let me know by going over to pool. And now you can see I've already got an LP for Matic and DFYN, and now you can see I have one here for root.
So that 199 root and that 443 DFYN is 50-50.
Yeah, it's basically about what close to $1,500 each of each token.
Wow.
So then we're going to go to farms. I think we could probably do it from here, but I've been doing it like this. I noticed that this is an added feature, but let's go to farms, dual farms, because that's where root DFYN is. And as you can see right here, you can deposit your LP. Now, normally, like I said, you would see it here, but we at least know that it exists because I went to pool and it showed me that I had created one. So you can deposit your LP here. As you can see, we are getting 300% APY. And this is dual farm. So you'll be getting 300% APY. So that's 300% a year on both your root and your DFYN. Okay.
So Tim, that would be 300% of the total deposit showing? If
yes,
that just
got it. So I'll have, if the APY percentage did not change in this year, so if it stayed at 300%, I will now be getting 300% more of my, so if we'll go back here just to show you. So I would be getting, so I have 200 roughly root and 443 DFYN. That would go 3x on both of those in the year.
And then, so let me understand this. The coin, these are coins?
Yep.
So these coins would go 3x, say.
Yep. I would end up with 600 more root.
But the variable is the actual market value of the coin at the end of the year.
If the price of the root, if DFYN we just said is about 335. If it goes down to a penny, then I'm only worth a penny in all those coins. So this is where the volatility and where you're taking that risk. If you are in coins, and this is it, I'm very high in both of these coins. These are my two favorite small caps, basically along with QuickSwap. So these two coins, I am a betting man that these two are going to be worth more than the price that they're at within a year. Although I will go into the fact that these pools only last for roughly a month, and then you have to re-stake your LPs after. So
what if you don't? What if you don't?
What's that?
What
if you don't, then it ends after the 30 days, and you still have an LP that's accruing money, but you're not jumping in the next pools that they're offering. Therefore, you won't be getting the APYs.
Okay.
You'll lose out on the farming. This is a way that I think DFYN can keep you managing and keep the tokenomics with as good of their tokenomics. I think it's genius what they're doing, as opposed to people just sitting. This also means you have to sit in for at least 30 days, whereas other people will, big whales will go in. If you're in and out, you can go in and out in, a day type thing with a staking. They'll just keep selling all their gains that they've made in that farming and keep selling them, and that can hold the price down. So I actually really like how they're doing this. Okay.
So what does it mean when it says DFYN pool rate of 8,000 DFYN per day?
That's how much is being given out per day in the pool. So it's just letting you know how much is coming out. And that's why, the more people that find out about these pools, this is why people don't share this stuff a lot. It brings down that APR there. It's at about $2.99 right now. That could come down to like 100. And then you're not getting, the pools aren't giving out that much a day kind of thing. So as you can see, there's about 5 million deposited in that pool right now. So so continuing on, we have created I'll go back. We've created a root DFYN using 50/50, and now we're going to go to a farm, find our specific farm, which is root DFYN, and I'm going to deposit. Okay. Now it says deposit DFYN LP tokens. Click on that. You want to do the max? I do. So that's technically how much LP tokens we had. We just couldn't see it. Like I said, there was a glitch with the MetaMask. So it's for some reason taking a little longer to acknowledge as well. So here we go. So approve. Once again, here's another thing. This would cost you another 10, 11 bucks on ETH side, right? This is still costing 3 cents. This is why DeFi was so expensive on the ETH side and why everyone's migrating to, you're looking at already $20, $30 for what we were doing on the other side. I'm up to maybe 9 cents. So I just signed off on that. Now I'm going to deposit when it lets me. It's still going to wait for a confirmation.
So it says daily rewards 1.175 root, 4.7 DFYN. Is that you're earning 1.175 per one root that you put up? Yes.
So I would say, I put in about $3,000 total, and that's what I'm getting. So we're getting roughly 5 DFYN at $3. So that's about 15 bucks. And then one root, which is, I think, 7 bucks. So you're getting about 5 times 3. You're getting about, $25 a day. Okay, deposit. Now remember, if we're on the east side, this is another $10, $15, but it's only 3 cents. So now you're seeing why the Matic network is so popular. Because every time you have to confirm those kind of things, it costs ETH on the east side. But on this side, it costs Matic, but it only costs 3 cents.
Are the transactions on the Matic increasing day by day by day by day?
Transactions are going up big time. It's now the leading transactions just below Bitcoin.
No way.
Yeah, it's 3x the amount of transactions than ETH. It's also got, let's just for fun, let's go over to DeFi Pulse, which is a big thing that I use to gauge where everything's at. So as we can go down to DeFi Pulse, we can see, what the heck is it? Wow, it's, I can't even see it. Polygon, where is it?
Don't see it yet.
Did it just drop off the face of the earth? It was 3rd place. It shouldn't be too far. I do not see Polygon. I don't know if they took it off.
Search it with the search button.
Right. No results. Interesting. I'm wondering if they took it off. Maybe they don't consider, because it's technically considered payment systems. So maybe lending DEXs, maybe it's not considered that anymore. But I don't know where else to go for the total value locked right now. But it was, it had beat out Compound. It was basically in third place, and it was going up pretty high.
That's a lot of money. 13. Look, I mean, look at Aave, 13.26 billion. Holy shit!
And I was telling you guys that was basically going to be Aave and Polygon at the top, aka Matic. So I'll have hopefully answers for you guys the next time we do another thing on where the heck it went and why it went off DeFi Pulse, but usually it's there. So as you could see, if you guys were keen-eyed, that it had been deposited and it had confirmed. So now you can just go to your farms. I'll go back down. Oops, I'll go to Dual Farms. I'll go down to Manage, and now you can see on my root DFYN, my rate, 1.17 root a day and 4.7 a day. Now I am, and don't forget, guys, also just caveat emptor, you are also, once you created a liquidity providing token, you are also earning money every time someone trades in that pairing on the exchange. So if someone swaps root or DFYN for each other, vice versa, you also earn the liquidity providing fees. So you're not just making the 4.7 DFYN and the 1.17 root a day. You're also earning fees in providing liquidity. So just so you remember that. That I can't tell you how much you're making a day, because that's how much volume that it's bringing in that day. You are accrued, I think, 0.3% of that pool a day or something like that.
Wow.
And that is basically it.
Wow. Wow. So I can see, so what we've done here with root is it's because I can see that it's changed where it says manage. It was deposit. Now it's changed to manage. But we have to create the LP in order to farm it.
Yeah,
it's the LP that gets farmed.
Yeah, so you go to pool first.
And the LP is the pairing of root and DFYN or Matic and DFYN.
Yeah, and obviously, if you know how do you get out of this? Well, you just do what I did backwards. But obviously, you can kind of see. Unfortunately, with DFYN, I can't show you even the buttons right now because they don't have them, because I'm in it for not 30 days. With DFYN, it's 30 days, and you can jump in anytime between the 30 days. So it's not telling me how much rewards end in 46 days. That one. 48 days. So they've actually prolonged that one. I'll see my popular farms because I've got a DFYN and a Matic one as well. And that ends in 16 days. So as you can see, and I'm down to now only 9 DFYN a day in this one. At one point I was earning about 15 DFYN a day. But obviously it's come down from 1,400%.
Because because people have got interest, and they're taking more of the pie. There's more people want a piece of the pie.
Yeah, the more people that come into the pool dilute the pool. So
how many pools are there at any one time?
Pardon?
How many pools would there be at any one time for 30 days? Is there a number of pools going? Like when you go to put the LP into a pool, is it, because I didn't notice you had a choice of what pool you went to.
Like there's root and ETH, so you can choose all these different pools. So here you go, and then there's go down. There's only one.
But how many Matic Matics would there be?
It depends. So on DFYN, there's only 2. There's only Matic and DFYN, and Matic and ETH. Actually, there might be a Matic. So remember I told you about stable coins? So right here, if you guys did not want basically any volatility with any coins, let's say you had $20,000 right now, and you took $10,000, you put it in USDT, so that's a Tether and USDC. You did 10,000 each on each side, you would be getting close to 46% a year. So that would work out to almost $10,000 stable currency interest that you would be making a year. So this is what I'm going to do, guys. When the bear market gets more tight, and I explained it to you guys in one of the live chats, that, and I've told you that there's even 1,000% on some much shadier exchanges. So this is a safer. You could do this on DFYN right now. You guys don't want to be in the market. You guys don't want to be in the volatility, but you still want to make money better than you can in any banking system. Come to DFYN right here. Do what I did for a USDT, USDC LP, and then deposit it, and you will be getting almost 50% a year.
So if that's $20,000 times 50%, that's 10 grand.
Exactly.
Just on 20. Wow.
So that's why, you know, I'll tell you my grand plan. The more I make in crypto, the more I start getting out of the volatility. And, you know, once you guys, let's say you guys are high six figures or something, that would be a number that I would love to get to, that I would start taking 200,000, 300,000 and just put it into these stable currency LPs and get, you know, you can also dabble in a little more risky ones, the 1,000%, but not as much, I would definitely recommend. But you could get into a safer one like DFYN and get 50% a year. And then you don't have to work that year. You've got $200,000 that you could put into a USDC Tether LP, and you're making $100,000 a year.
But that is manipulated as well by how many people are coming in, correct?
Yes, the pool could go down, but you could always search for different pools and just keep going in and out of different pools as well, and keep going for the good deals. There's plenty of stable, you know. Here's the thing. These are the only pools in DFYN. Remember, Uniswap has pools. 1inch has pools. Every DEX has a pool. 1inch, Sushi Swap. I could go on. So just search different places for different pools. Like I told you, I'm still not comfortable to tell you guys, and I'm not in this, but there's 1,000% APY on a shadier DEX for stablecoins.
Right.
So there are exchanges that are, you know, let's go to dual farms, because there's some pretty crazy ones right now, I think, on okay, no, there was something called Tidal. Maybe I've got the wrong one and it's on QuickSwap, but there was 140,000% APY on a very shady coin that no one knows of that you can get in on. I don't recommend these, but I'm just saying there's some crazy APYs out there.
That's crazy.
So yeah. But that's you know, and that's for you guys to search, and I'll continue to share some stuff. But this is why you will never. This is alpha stuff that so many people won't tell you about, because they don't want you to jump in and deplete their APY, right? They want the 1,400% APYs to themselves. So
how would that? How would the APY go back up? Would it, I mean, I know how it goes down because it's the number of users and the number of people farming on that particular pairing, or whatever the case is.
right.
But let's say you have X amount of people in there. How does that, with that X amount, it does not increase or decrease. How does that APY go back?
I've never seen an APY go back up. I've heard that it's possible. I don't have a straight answer for you on that, but for the most part, they go down, and they go down significantly fast the more people find out about them. But I believe that in a bull market, like a raging bull market, that there's a chance that they could go up, but don't quote me on that. That's something that I'm just I'm not super familiar with, because I've never experienced one going up as opposed to.
So that APY was, I don't know, like say 300% APY, right?
Yeah.
But you said that the terms are usually about 30 days within this.
So that was the tokenomics. No, that's, again, like I said before, that's the tokenomics of DFYN's pools. With QuickSwap, I can go in and out every day. I don't have to stay. So if you're a millionaire, you can go in, make gains, take your gains, and sell them every day. That doesn't help with the tokenomics at all, because they will just continue selling all the gains that they made from the APYs. This, and don't forget, just so you guys know, you do not get all your gains right away when you end the pool with DFYN. You get 20% every 2 months, 25% or 20%. I can't remember. So you are getting them over time. So if you're willing, you know, but for 300%, I'm willing, and as high as I am on those two coins, that's okay with me. But just remember these things. Study the tokenomics. Don't just follow even what we just said blindly. Look at if you guys are going on Uniswap and all these, look at their tokenomics. Look at their specifications for each of their pools and what they have to offer. Or else you may get in and notice that you're sucked into a year, you know? So this is merely, I just wanted, this video is to strictly show you how easy it is to get in an LP and to farm it. As for all the other stuff, you guys must do your own due diligence as to how long that farming should be, you know, how much it offers, and then you have to keep track of, whether it's ended, because I've been in one and I forgot about it and I checked and it had ended 2 weeks after I had gotten into it and I didn't check in for 3 months. So all I got was the LP gains, which was fine. I still earned money on LP on the liquidity providing, but I lost out on all the farming.
Yeah.
So this was just to show you how easy it is for all the people that think that it sounds so complicated. It's so easy, guys.
Well, it sounds like
diligence.
It sounds like the toughest part is you just have to be aware of when they're coming up.
Yeah, and that's really easy. Go ask. You can email their team, and they'll flat out ask you if you can't find a straight answer. Go on crypto Twitter and go on to their page and ask. You'll get an answer within a couple days. These are all things that are very easy. So, or Google's usually you can find one of their pages where they've specified everything like that. Because that's how I found out DFYN's. DFYN has their own page where you can just Google it and it'll come up. But that's for everyone. I need people to keep building their own accountability and responsibility for finding their own information and not depending on us YouTubers and stuff like this on holding your hand to get through all these things, or else you may get bit if you keep trying these things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that was really good. No, I appreciate that. And I'll put this together, figure it out, and we'll get it out to the clan, and away we go.
Awesome.
That's wicked. I appreciate you taking the time again, sir.
Yeah, sounds good. Take care, guys.